everybody.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Today's another day. Today is, what is today's date? Oh my goodness.
The 7th.
7th of May, the first Sunday of
June.
the
It's
month.
June. June.
First Sunday of the month already. Summer is almost here. I don't know who's all ready for summer. And we've been having some hot weather lately. And this hot weather has been showing us what's to come. It's giving us a demonstration of what's to come, I should say. Okay. Praise God. I'm glad we are here and we are alive. Okay, thank you all so much for joining us. Come on in. Come on in. We have a lot to cover. Please forgive us for being slightly delayed but not denied. Slightly delayed but not denied. This month, we are celebrating some birthdays, of course. And I want to say happy birthday to those who are celebrating. We're right now in the Gemini season. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating Geminis. Pam Wiggins Highsmith. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Please come in and share. Sharing is caring. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Shakira, do you have any shout outs for birthdays?
I know it was our little cousin Michael's birthday. I
Because
believe it was over the weekend. Diane's son.
Oh, little Mike's, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Happy birthday, little Mike. Wow, he's growing.
Yes.
How old did he turn?
7.
7.
Yep.
Woo! Wow.
Happy birthday!
Acknowledge anyone who is celebrating an anniversary. Want to say happy anniversary to you. Those who are celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary. One of the things I wanted to start off by talking about, and this is something that we may have touched base on a few years ago, and it's something that's coming up now, and it looks like it's going to be spreading in various schools. It's not going to be, of course, in your son's school because I don't think kids of that age probably have cell phones, right? But cell phones in schools right now, take them away, put them on mute, or leave them alone. What should be done? So should students be allowed to keep their phones for emergencies, or should phones be locked away until the end of the school day? What are your thoughts on cell phones? Because they're planning to take them away from kids during school hours.
Well, I see why they want to take it away, because kids are on their phone during class. They're not using it for emergency purposes. They're using it to text. They're using it to check social media when they should be learning. So I understand why they would want to take it away. Me per se, I would not want you to take my kid. First of all, you don't pay the bill, so how are you taking somebody's cell phone and locking
Right.
it away and all that? But if that's their policy, then I would just find there's so many different things that if that is happening in your school, different things you could find that will still let you be able to be alerted that something's going on with your kid. If in a case of an emergency, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a cell phone. So
Right. Yeah, because I know when we were in school, and we were talking about the 80s and 70s and 60s, we didn't have cell phones, so we did just fine. But now things has changed so much, and kids are dependent on cell phones more.
yeah, people don't remember their phone numbers or anything like that
Yeah.
by heart. So if you take their phone, they don't know their parents' numbers. Some of them don't even know their parents' name at certain ages. That's why I'm trying to teach that to our kids, for them to know our names, not just mommy and daddy. Who is your mommy and daddy? What's their names? At least their first names.
Right.
To try
Yeah.
to, because things that you don't think about, but when kids are in certain situations, saying mommy, that's not going to help. I need you to know my name.
Right.
So
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
That's good. That's a good point.
Hey,
That
Miss
is an
Rita.
excellent point. Because at what age should children start? I guess as soon as possible to start learning their parents' first names and last names and home addresses, possibly. But you don't want your child to say, "I live at such and such," because you don't want that to get out there. But also at the same time, getting them in a situation where they are knowledgeable about who you are besides mommy. Because I know, most kids know mommy, they know daddy. But then you ask, well, what's your child's name? What's your mommy's name or what's your daddy's name? Then that's another story, especially if a child, if there's an emergency. So, yes, I totally agree with that. Hi, Rita. Thanks so much for joining, Rita. Thank you so much for being with us today, Rita. Yes, but I'm definitely for, I think kids having cell phones, if it's not interrupting their schoolwork, that's one thing. But if it's interrupting their schoolwork and it's not allowing the teachers to be able to provide the uh, the classwork that's needed, then by all means, I think that they should take the cell phones away. But also, on the other hand, if there's an emergency, then you have the no phones available for the kids to call. So it's just a
Yeah.
catch 22.
I just
And it's
encourage go on Amazon. There's plenty of things that you can get for your kid to be able to get in contact with them and them get in contact with you, and it's not necessarily a cell phone. So there's plenty
like for an
different
example, walkie talkie,
devices.
you mean?
No, not necessarily walkie talkies. There's different devices
Oh, okay.
that you can get that they can press. You can program it and they press it and it will alert whatever you program. So it will alert the authorities. It will alert you as the parent to let you know there's something going on. So you know. Now, of course, could it be an accident? They press it by accident. Yeah. But I'd rather you have it and press it by accident than need it and not have it and not be able to press it at all. So it's so many different things. Miss Barbara, she's joining in from YouTube. She said her nephew's school in Philly locks their phone in cases and picks them up at the end of the day. I did hear that before, that they put
Oh,
in
really?
cases. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I did see something like that where as soon as you come in, it's like they have a case or something that you're locking. Yeah, I did see something like that. Hi,
Right.
Barbara. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
great
Aunt
idea.
Dot.
Hey, sis, thanks so much for joining. We appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's something that the principals and administration of schools, they feel as though they want to take the phones away. But of course, the parents and the students are having a different
Yeah.
opinion and feel differently about what's going on. Some of the things that we're going to touch bases on today, maybe a little bit tense, topics that we really need to discuss openly and have a dialogue. Um, so as we move forward, we're also going to talk about ways that you can make some money pretty quick that I felt the need to share because they don't have enough people that are applying, and people are making $5,000 and $10,000 by participating in these programs. So I want to share some of that information with our viewers as well. So stay tuned for that. Now, one of the things I wanted to change titles on, and I don't know whether you've seen this, the robots are coming, and we know this, right? Are you ready to live, work, and dine alongside them? That's the question. Do you have a problem if the waitress or waiter is a robot? A
Well,
humanoid is what they're calling them now.
well, I know ain't no hair gonna be in my food, and you ain't gonna, feel some. There's no emotions attached, so, you may, you won't take something out on my food if I ask you for water more than 2 times, or, But I don't really. It's gonna happen. It's like the Jetsons. Watching the Jetsons. It's kind of.
Yeah, because you know what? That's true. Because the Jetsons actually prepared us for this that's coming.
Yeah, the
So
cell phone looking at because the Jetsons came out way before FaceTime and
yeah,
video phones and everything like that, and that's what they were doing. Flying
that's true.
cars. Who would have thought we got flying cars? We got flying cars. Like it's just So it's the inevitable. It's going to happen. I don't have no problem with it. I think it will suck for servers, and people just have to be very adamant about making sure they're boisterous of still keeping those jobs. Like,
Yeah.
like for grocery stores that have 25 self checkouts and only 5 lanes, or some places don't even have a cashier at all. Like Five Belows, ain't no cashier. I don't
Oh,
know if
five.
you.
Oh, that's right. They don't.
Yeah, I haven't been. It's been the cashiers are no longer a thing at Five Below.
That's
Um,
true.
but people still be wanting that human interaction. There's
Sure.
certain banks
Absolutely.
that don't have tailors that you see on. You may see them on camera, but you don't see them in the actual banking facility. Some people are
Right.
okay with that. Some people like, I will never do that. Some people call in and they'll do things through the automated service. Some people prefer to speak to somebody. So I think that it will still have room for people to still be servers. It will just have that flexibility. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I totally agree. Yeah. Rita says,
this is back to the cell phones. You said you just have to teach your kids not to take their phones out unless an emergency. Yeah,
mm, that's a good point.
yeah,
And then that's the question is whether they would listen, because
yeah,
kids
and
do.
they ain't listening. Because I'm pretty sure all parents that got their kids taking the phone to school are saying, "Don't be on your phone while you're in class," and they still be on their phone, TikToking and everything else. So
Right. Doing the most.
yeah, now you could
Doing
put
the most.
parental parameters around there so they can't do nothing but call you or 911 if it
Right.
got down to it. I mean, that's an option.
That is an option. That is an option. Yeah, that's true. Now, speaking about these robots and the interaction that we may be having, because I think, of course, in China and other countries, they are serving their waitress and waiters. Oh, I guess they're just humanoids, is what they're calling them. But I want to show a video of an interaction of a robot who I'm just going to say things didn't work out as they had anticipated. So, in this particular situation, a little boy ended up getting hurt, and I think it was something that was unexpected. It was more or less like a pro exhibit for karate, and this little guy found himself um, catching a serious kick from the actual robot. So stay tuned. Let me just share this with you. This is actually a distressing content. So this is a robot, and he kicks the little boy in the stomach. The martial arts performing robot kicked the boy in the stomach. This is being reported by the New York Post. And you can see how he just, and these robots, their feet is made out of metal. I mean, this is not, I don't think well, the boy is in pain. The boy is in pain. And this is dangerous, actually. Now, this is malfunction and causing havoc. This is what this baby caused. And this is another robot, he's a dancing robot at a restaurant in Jose, California. And he broke down in the middle of him dancing. He was swinging chopsticks and everything around. So, you start having a robot throw you and get smacked in your face. That's not cool. This one, doing a demonstration in Russia, he lost his balance and fell on his face.
He's been drinking.
Doing a workout. So that didn't go too well. It was a learning experience as a robot that's way probably so that was not good. That doesn't. They call them humanoids, robots running. He was competing, but it didn't go well. This just did not look so. He is boy. I mean,
这个 bumper，你看啊，前面已经有人在这 bumper 上站跟头了啊。
that is so wrong.
我这个好。
Embarrassment. Embarrassment. Thanks, New York. Thanks, New York Post for sharing that segment with us. That was quite interesting. But for me, I think it's taking a chance when you're dealing with these robots. I don't want them near me. Listen. No, they have them now where they coming in your home, they washing your clothes, they babysitting your children, they answering the
Did you
phone.
see the one where the driving car blocked the this was and was this in Texas where the was it the explosion of the apartments and
Really?
the self-driving car was blocking the responders from getting
Oh
something to
yeah, I
that
did
magnitude.
see
I
that.
think
Yes, he was. He was blocking them from
yeah,
yes answering emergency calls.
yeah.
Yes, but the thing I think for me, getting in a car, would you get in a car that's not
No,
driven?
no,
I wouldn't either.
absolutely not.
Because they be just look at your GPS. The GPS can take you down a road and tell you to make a left, and you look to the left as a big old river.
Yeah,
You got to be careful of listening to these things. And just like they can give misinformation, it can happen while you're in those cars. So a lot of people is trusting these cars. I don't trust them.
yeah, no, I don't.
Not for me. No, no, thank you.
Hey,
Pam
cousin
says,
Pam.
"Hey
She said
Pam,
they
thanks
have
for
a few of
joining
them
me."
serving as police officers in China.
Really?
Hmm.
Serving as police officers in China. Well, China's crime rate is so low. You know what I
And they're
mean?
so far advanced technology wise. We are way behind the ball
Way
when
behind.
when it comes to technology. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, we're totally behind. And they have cameras on every block. So they can see everything. And Pam said, oh, Barbara says, hey Barb, my nephew's school's in
I,
Philly.
I read that one already.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm behind the 8 ball. Okay. I
No,
apologize.
that was up at the top. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to change gears. And this is something that we have to be conscious of. And whoever is on the internet making, whether you're a content creator, influencer, blogger, journalist, these things we have to be conscious of. And this is free speech slowly being taken away. If criticism government can put you on a public list, what happens to open debate? Now, I don't know whether you are aware of this, and I'm going to share this with our viewers. But if you get out of hand with the the administration, Republican administration that's in office now, you could be placed on the misleading bias media list. And this is a list that you can go to the whitehouse.gov. And when you go all the way to the bottom of the actual page and you look under the heading media, you would see media offenders, is what it's called. Media offenders. And if you have made some derogatory statements that they state are misleading or biased or exposed, they're going to put you on this list. As you can see, they have CNN on here. They have they even tell you what was reported incorrectly. And the list goes on and on. CBS News, MSNBC, the Washington Post. And if you want to find out whether or not your name or somebody else's name is on this list, you can type their name in here and it'll pop up. But even TMZ is on here. Now, TMZ is on here for vital content about violent illegal aliens. So they're on here. But I don't, Fox News is on there. I'm surprised.
Yeah, he don't
Fox,
like Fox News no more.
oh, they don't like Fox News anymore.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, I'm trying to remember what exact. I think it was when the beginning of the war and all this different, all the things that's been going on. Fox ain't rocking with them either, so they have
Oh, so
not been.
what?
Yeah, But I
Facts.
mean, here's the thing: Democrats do the same thing. I mean, if this is what they're doing, you go do the same thing. And for all the stuff they report about Democrats that are incorrect, do the same thing. It was good for the goose is good for the gander. Instead of
Yeah.
not necessarily complaining about it or trying to get it taken down, play them at their own game. Okay, you got a website, well, so will we. We will have a website too.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different when it's the president of the United States. This is the first time that I can recall. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never remembered anything like this ever being
No, it's
exposed
never been
because
like
it's
this.
always been freedom of speech.
Yeah,
So
but
now
that's
we,
that he don't want that. So, but what I'm saying is that as far as unless they shut down people's phone, you can shut down a page, but how fast? Okay, let's talk about when there's back pages and illegal stuff going on the internet. They shut down one and five more pop up.
yeah,
It still would get out there. So I just think
right.
that they should just do the same thing and go ahead, and if they want to have it so that they want to report what we reporting to, and this is what we found not to be true that was said about Democrats or whatever happened.
Or Republicans, yeah.
Republicans, yeah. So if that's how he coming, well, and if it's an argument, we'll take yours down first and we'll take ours down.
Yeah, but it's just so crazy that we've gotten to a point where and then the other day, I think it was Friday, he was having an interview with Christine, one of the reporters, and he ended up walking out of that interview. That's not the first time he walked out of an interview, though, right? I mean, he's walked out of an interview a few times before, but I mean, I can relate when someone is saying something you feel uncomfortable and you want to remove yourself. You just remove yourself from the interview. But when you're the president of the United States, that sets a little bit different, I think, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on that? Walking out of an interview.
Well, he was
That's the
going to walk out.
president.
He walks out on anything that he feels is an attack on him. So I'm not shocked or anything. It's just who he is and
Yeah.
who he's been. So
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that's on that list, and Candace Owens, Don Lemons, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, you type in a person's name, they more than likely probably would be on that list. So that's called the Defenders List, now being reported on the White House website. So as we move forward, I want to change this subject to. I know this is something that we may have touched bases on previously, and this is where it's going to get a little sticky. Shots while running away, and justice, race, and the questions that remain. Now, I know you probably heard of the situation with Sias Belton, who was the young man who was recently, a few years ago, he was murdered, but the trial went on and the verdict was read on just this past week, and where he was found not guilty. So I want to share a few clips from that and talk about this for just a moment and get some opinions of how we are feeling, because racism is at an all-time high. We all know that. That's something that we're not going to be able to avoid. We need to talk about it and at least acknowledge the fact that it does exist. But in my opinion, when a person is racist, and they're racist because they don't like the way you look, for an example, the color of your skin, to me, I think that is demonic. I think that's just a demonic spirit. That's just my opinion. Um, because for someone not to even know you and get a chance to speak with you, or just you're walking by and they just don't like you, Something's wrong there. Something serious wrong. But I want to share this clip. Stay tuned.
South Carolina following the shooting death of a 14-year-old boy who was falsely accused of shoplifting. The gas station owner, who has a history of confrontations with customers, has been charged with murder. CBS's Nicole Skanga reports the community is fed up with yet another senseless loss of life.
Mourners protested outside this convenience store in Columbia, South Carolina, to remember 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton, who was shot and killed the night before by the store owner. Hours later, rioters broke in, smashing merchandise and toppling shelves, angry over the loss of another young black life.
It was nothing but looting, just plain, pure looting. And what does that got to do with that 14-year-old?
According to the sheriff, on Sunday night, Belton took water bottles from a cooler before putting them back. The store's owner, 58-year-old Rick Chow, thought he was stealing. After they argued, Belton left and was chased down the street by Chow and his son. Then Chow observed what looked to be a firearm, pulled out his Glock, and fired one shot, hitting the 14-year-old in his back, piercing his heart. The boy's gun was found at the scene.
We believe he had a gun, but we don't believe he pointed at him, and that's the key to it.
Chow is now being held on one charge of murder. The sheriff says the store owner has a history of incidents involving customers, including a shooting in 2018, which was deemed self-defense and for which Chow was not charged. Nada Rutherford is not only the coroner who witnessed Belton's autopsy, but a community member and mother.
It is exhausting to see young black men being killed. It's exhausting to see any person being killed with gun violence.
Behind me, the gas station now boarded up. The 14-year-old's first name, Cyrus, spray painted on its walls. Now, Belton graduated from the 8th grade just last week. His school principal describes him as full of light and humor. Nora?
Nicole Skanga, thank you.
Thanks, CBS. Thank them for giving us that report and sharing that information with us. You know, the child was shot in the back as he was running away. That to me is like alarming that the jury could find that he's not guilty when he was running away and he was shot in the back. And then this is the other part that was interesting. None of the other situations that Mr. Child was involved in with gun violence in prior years was permitted in court. So the jury was not able to hear that he had these incidents happened, similar incidents happened previously, which is alarming. There's a law in South Carolina that states that any prior cases that you may have had, any incidents that you may have had previously, may not be permissible. So I'm not an attorney, of course. I'm going by what I read. So everything that I'm stating to you is allegedly. But of course, the facts are the facts. And it just leads me to wonder if you have a person who's on trial for raping someone and they may have done it previously and you're on trial now for doing it again, that means that the jury may not get a chance to hear that he is a repeat offender. So that's disturbing. They need to change that because that doesn't make any sense at all to me. What are your thoughts in this?
It's very unfortunate that this is a revolving issue that happens a lot, and not more so of the violence, more so of the no justice. That's the part that gives an open season for people to feel that they can do what they want, depending on what color they are or nationality, because he was not white, he was Asian. So, but being as though that he's been in prior situations and nothing to seem as nothing has come from it, he feels that he's justified to do whatever he wants. And
It's probably gonna, yeah.
it's very
And you may
unfortunate.
feel free to probably do it again.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. I want to say hi, Gloria. Thanks so much for joining. Robin, thanks so much for being here with us. Please chime in when you feel free to do so. But one of the things I also want to say, that he made a comment, why is people looting? Why is people, destroying property? I understand both sides. I don't agree with people destroying property, but I also understand when people are frustrated, they're angry. This is just their way of venting. Is it right? No, it's not right. But this has been going on, happening for a long time. And it's not just the African Americans that are doing this. And I know many times it'd be other people that be brought into cities from out of town that be doing these things, and then they blame it on the African Americans. So it's not always the African Americans are doing all of this. Sometimes it's a setup. But one of the things I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you, another video. This video is of an Asian man, and I don't know whether you've seen this video floating around social media previously, and he's stating that he would like for the Black people to boycott Asians. Stay tuned.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Now, I do want to show you another video that needs to be shared, because a lot of times the Asians are speaking that way, but we want to hear from an Asian of how many of these Asians are really feeling right now. Let me just share this video.
I have seen more Asian Americans being upset at the fact that Black Americans are threatening to boycott Asian businesses than I have seen Asian Americans speaking out against the murder of Cyrus Carmick Belton, a child who was murdered at the hands of an Asian man. And this has everything to do with race, especially when anti-Blackness is so deeply rooted in our community. I have said this a million times, and I'll say it as many times as I need to so you can get it through your thick skulls. The only reason why Asians exist in America in such a large population is because Black activists fought for our right to be here during the Civil Rights Movement. White people did not want us here. It's not enough for Asian people to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist, and you have to be speaking out against these injustices, or else they'll continue to happen. We absolutely owe the Black community solidarity, and the sooner that we realize that we're not much different from each other is the sooner that real change starts to happen.
Now, I ran across several pages like that where the Asians, a lot of them are not supporting what he said. So one of the things I think that we have to be transparent, and we must realize that one person don't speak for the whole country or the whole representation of Asians. He's just one person. And all Asians and Chinese people, Philippine people, they don't feel that way. And I just want to make that part clear. Just like if you're dealing with someone who's a Caucasian, a white person who is racist, all racism, all white people are not racist, right? So we can't put them all together, even though it makes it appear that it is that way. Just like with Blacks, all Black people are not the same. So we have to kind of deal with people individually instead of putting them all into a big group. Sadly, on the Richter scale of where we are as far as with racism is concerned, it's just so much that is out there now. It's like almost they have this card to say you have a pass now to speak about being racist. It's okay for you to now speak about it. They're now they've taken off the hoods and they're kind of like showing their faces. In other words, and it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Do we need to do better within our culture? Yes, we definitely need to do better in our culture because one of the things I must say, black on black crime still exists. Black on black crime still exists. And we just have to be conscious of that. One of the other things I think is this should be a wake up call for us of where we spend our dollars. Their culture, if you think about it, when have you ever seen a Chinese person or an Asian person in a hospital or in a hospital that we go to or a hospital that you go to? They have their own of almost everything. Have you seen an Asian or a Philippine Chinese in a hospital before? I mean, any of our viewers collectively, have you seen it? Even when you go to the grocery stores, do you see them in the grocery stores that you go to? Do you see them?
No, but I piggyback on this, what you said earlier, that everybody's not the same. However, I feel as though that with Black people, we were taught to love everybody. Not to say we shouldn't, right? We're taught to be forgiving. We're taught not to have any hate in our heart. Not to say that we should, but they're taught the complete opposite. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
And because of that, we will be so quick to say, well, we shouldn't boycott, but they're quick to boycott us. Tommy Hilfiger ain't want us wearing our stuff, didn't want us wearing the stuff that he made. A lot of them down the whole list. But we would be so quick to be, I don't know, turn the other cheek. I don't know. I feel
we are taught that. That's true.
We're taught that. So I feel as though until we make real change and stick to it and not it just be a phase, because Target, I went to Target, I ain't ashamed to say it, because we have to have alternatives. There's not a lot of alternatives. And I feel as though that there's so much that we as not just a community, but as all the Black rich people in America, like I feel like Tyler Perry is a very good staple of what he's doing and what he has accomplished and continue to accomplish. He didn't just talk about it. He said, you know what? I'm not going to be trying to shop my movies to these white folks. I'm going to make my own studio. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And he did it. And there's other people that are in power that can follow suit. But the thing of it is we have become so accustomed to, we want it right now. We want it immediately. Amazon, immediately. Instead of waiting for somebody that's Black that can send it in a couple of days, we want it in 24 hours. Because that's what we have been programmed, that we have to have it right now. We don't necessarily need it right now, but I got Prime. I don't need it for another week, but because I got Prime, I'm going to order it through Prime instead of ordering through somebody that may look like me. And that's the reality of it. And it can't be just a phase. It can't just be like, well, we're not going to wear this for a little while. And then the new Jordans come out and everybody's waiting to go line up to pay $200-$300 when Michael Jordan don't even wear Jordans. Okay. So until we get that, and be able to come together as a community and say, you know what, we're not going to eat Chinese food no more. We are going to patronize our only Black restaurants
or cook our own Chinese food.
Or yes, because it's Black people that cook Chinese food too. Open up your own restaurant that is Chinese. Food. You know, I find it so amazing when I come across a nail salon and it's Black owned. That's amazing. It can be done,
and we need to spread that more because our dollars don't stay in our community long enough.
At all. I love when I go and I see it's a Black owned beauty supply store. I don't know none around here, but there are some. I see them on TikTok and I see them, you know, I think it's one in Camden, if I'm not mistaken. It's not close to me in a proximity. But those are the type of things that are going to create change, because this is going to go on. This is going to happen. It's going to have its wave and its little effect. And then it's going to go right back to regular schedule programming.
Yeah, we forget and go back to normal.
Exactly.
But I
So,
think this time is really an awakening because of, I think God put Donald Trump in the position that he's in for a reason. He's not just there by mistake. This
yeah,
was an
no.
intentional plan by God.
Yeah, and it magnified a lot of things for open our eyes.
Correct.
But I mean, Trayvon Martin, he was a boy. He got killed.
Yep. Bag of Skittles.
I mean, I'm not making it seem but this has happened repeatedly, and we're still along the same train. So,
yeah, that's true. That's true. It makes it a lot more. It's just heartbreaking when you just think about where we are right now today, compared to where we could be. Right. Where we could be. I think that's the part that's baffling. But we have to adjust and continue to push through. Our ancestors pushed through, and we will be able to push through as well. Yep, that's what I say. Young Dot says, stop patronizing these hookers and cornerstones. They get up in our communities and don't like us. Do you see white people going in their stores? No, very few and far in between. Yeah. We just have to definitely, and it's sad because we'll have these kind of conversations, and then a month later, it's like we done forgot about, but they
because I'm not going to order Chinese food next week, probably. I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going, but I know we all need to work on things. It ain't just me.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like there's enough momentum, back in the day, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, you didn't have the power to do a lot of things, but people would rather patronize with people that don't necessarily care for them than the patron, that they would rather go and, I don't know, it's a little different from, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Because we're taught to just always forgive and always everybody, love
it. That's how mom was.
And we have that open heart, and I love that about us. But at the same time, they're taught to stick together. They're taught to patronize. You don't see, when you go, like you said, when you go to Chinese places, do you see other Chinese people coming in and getting food? No. Have I seen an Asian getting their nails done before? I have. That didn't work there. Now, the people that work there, they be, but somebody that came from the outside, she was Asian. She came and I sat. I was like, whoa, that's different. But It's not common.
It's not common. And they don't even wear their own product.
But who's all in there? We are.
Yep.
And but they are wearing their own product, but they're getting the product from China directly, and they paying $2.
Yeah, but when I go get my nails done, I very seldom see them having their own nails done.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't talking about that, but I'm talking about like designers and stuff like that. All of that stuff, they wear that down, but they're getting it straight from the source, so they're not paying what we paying.
Right. True.
I don't know. It's just it's one of them things. I would love to go to a nail salon that was black. The only one I know is
that's in Trenton, and she's really good. The ones that I know in Trenton, they're really, really good.
Yeah, but that's a little ways for me. Like I like the fact but that's the thing. They move into communities that they monopolize. Just like, I don't know, and anybody has ever seen the Walmart documentary. This is like 10 years ago. But allegedly, Walmart is known to go into rural areas or areas where they have mom and pop stores. They have like kind of like their own community. They come in with the lowest prices ever. Wait till mom and pop go out of business. Then they raise their prices because ain't nowhere else for you to go.
Right. Ain't that crazy?
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's my take on that. That was it.
Yeah. It's something that we have to be mindful and alert. Maybe we definitely want to make sure we're promoting a lot more businesses. If you are a business and you want to get your business promoted and you want us to mention you, please, by all means, send us an email or direct message, and we will definitely share it to our audience. We will share it with our good people. One of the things I do want to state that One of my friends from school is having a Wednesday house music spirit special on Wednesday, June the 10th from 6 to 10. It's called Deep and Soulful House Music. So if any of you out there like house music, this is from DJ Soulful Messiah and also DJ Too Much. She's also known as Michelle Kinsey from Exit 9 from Trenton. So, I mean, from New Brunswick, excuse me, from New Brunswick. So, for anyone who is from New Brunswick, Michelle Kinsey will be at in Newark, New Jersey. The entry is $10 at 214 Market Street in Newark. It's 214 Market Street in Newark. They have an open bar, y'all. They have an open bar, no outside drinks or alcohol. And they have great food selection. And I'm going to put the flyer on our page so that you can be able to get your tickets and be in the house with DJ Too Much. Shout out to Michelle Kinsey. It's good to hear from you. Okay, Shakira, do you have anyone that you want to share any information on before we get to our next topic?
No.
Okay. All right. So our next topic we want to talk about. This is something that brought to my attention just this week from a few people that I know personally who is making around $5,000 to $10,000 a month. They putting in an average of 3 to 4 hours, and they're really, really doing well. I must say, they're really, really doing well. So I'm going to share some of this information, and as I share it, Shakira, if you could be so kind enough to put it into the chat. You can put it into the chat. The first one I'm going to read off. This is from the website day1labs.org. It's called day1labs.org. And let me just share that with our audience. It's day1labs.org. Now, I know back in the day when I was in college, myself and Lisa and so many others would go to these testing companies and we would do trials, and I remember one time I got like $800. I was so happy. And it was only for like 2 sessions, 1 week, and then the next week you came in and you received your pay. So this is one way where you can actually make some good money. Now, this company can pay you up to $2,500. These are trials. You can type in your actual area code, your zip code, here, and the compensation is for participating into their trials in your area. And also it's free to join, so you don't have to worry about any money, so you don't have to come up with any money out of your pocket. If there's any hotel stays or anything like that, they pay for all of those expenses. Okay. But also at the same time, this is a way in which you can make good money. Some of the things that they have available on these sites are things that you can get paid $500 in one day. Some are $200 another day. So it's different pricing. So you have to go to the website, register, look through what they have available and see whether there's something there they may fit you. But also make sure when you are registering for these participation in these particular testings that you look out for any side effects, especially if it's things that you're taking orally. Okay, you want to make sure that you're looking out for side effects if it's something that you're taking orally. But sometimes it's nail polish, it's all kinds of things that they may have you testing out. But the latest treatments, local trials, potential compensation, and health insurance is not required. So just in case if you want to know that, no health insurance is required. Okay, so that's day1labs.org. Now I want to switch over to another one. This is where you can actually donate plasma. Okay. And this is called biolifeplasma.com. So that's bio, B-I-O, life, L-I-F-E, Plasma, PLASMA.com. Now, this one pays you a few $100s. Again, you go to the site and you put in your zip code. You put in your zip code, and then it will show you the places that are in your area. Show you the places that are in your area. Now, most of these places will pay you the same day. A lot of the places will pay you the same day. Now, what I'm going to do is I have at least about maybe 40 different places. About 40 different places. I'm going to share those on a spreadsheet, and I'm going to put the link in the comments. I'm going to put the link in the comments so that you would have them. But this is a way where you'll be able to make money right away. Okay, where you'll be able to make money right away. And sometimes people tend to forget some of these things, right? Some of these things people tend to forget. The other one we're going to share with you, it's called Cyro Bank. That's CRYOBANK. That's CRYOBANK.com. Okay, so this one is, I know many of you might be saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's saying this, but this is where you can, if it's a guy, and you're into donating your sperm, this is a sperm bank and they will pay you. Okay, they will pay you. Now, for those of you that it's not for this and you think there's something wrong with it, listen, don't come for me. Okay, don't come for me. We're just providing some information for someone that may be out there that is looking for a way that they can make money and help a family. Okay, so it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. Again, it's CRYOBANK, so that's CROBANK.com. .com. Okay. Now the next one, we have so many. I'm going to change gears right now, and I'm going to also provide a list. I'm also going to provide a list. We're going to provide a list where you can be able to buy houses for $100, $1,000. These houses, some of them do need to be fixed up, some of them, right? But they are $1,000, and you can get financing to do the rehab. You can get financing to do the rehab on some of these houses. So just to show you here, this is in Detroit, some are in Ohio. It's all over. We have so many different cities. And I'm going to share that information with our viewers of how you can be able to purchase property for $1,000 or $100, and you'll be able to also get financing to be able to get these properties fixed. And then you can rent them out or do co-living or do Airbnb, your choice. But we want to be able to provide this information to you to give you another way of making income, earning some income. And I do want to say one of the things that I've been doing for quite some time, going to Goodwill, for an example, or places, Red, White, and Blue, that have so many thrift stores that you can go to, and you could actually, put a lot of things that you would purchase. For an example, you can get a computer from Goodwill. The computer is working. It may not be a new computer, but it could be a refurbished older computer or laptop that you got for $20, and you could put it on eBay and sell it for $100 or $150. That's a way of coming up pretty easily. So there's all kinds of ways that you can be able to make money. I'm going to share a lot of different ways that you can make money. My daughter and I will put it in the comments so that you can be able to have this information and share with the people that you know and love. Shakira, do you have any questions, anything you want to say before we sound off?
No, just everybody be safe and be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through.
We sure don't know what somebody's going through. And I definitely want to say, do something different today that you didn't do yesterday to change your tomorrow. I want to tell everyone, thank y'all so much for joining us for another episode of Mama Said It. We'll be back here next week with more topics, and we hope that you'll be here to join us at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And as we sound off, it's several songs that I kind of wrote. I'm finding myself, and many of you probably don't know that I am a ghostwriter, and have written books and did so many different things for people, and still doing it. So I've written songs also, and I've written a few plays. Hopefully I'll be able to share those things with you all in the future. So while we signing off, please, y'all have a good week. Till next time.
Mama said, baby, storms gon' roll in heavy. Rain don't mean forever, it's just temporary. She held my hand, said keep your feet steady. Tears fell like rivers, but her words stayed ready. Under gray skies, her voice, the sun in my chest. No map for the journey, but her love knew the rest. She said lift your head when the winds hiss. Pray, child, pray, 'cause there'll be days like this. Mama said there'll be days like this. Keep your faith, don't let the lights fall to your knees. Let the weight lift.
Mama said there'll be days like this.
She sang hymns in the kitchen, soul on repeat. Her apron, my shield, her voice, my heartbeat. Taught me how to stand tall, how to take heat. Life through the punches. She said, baby, don't retreat. She preached grace like roots that dig deep.
Told me when you sow love, the harvest runs sweet. Come on, lift your voice when the dark tries to twist. Pray, child, pray. There'll be days like this. Mama said there'll be days like this. Keep your faith. Don't let the light switch. Fall to your knees. Let the weight live. Yeah. Mama said there'll be days like this.